Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. So I didn't want to give this message. I'm gonna be honest, but they're telling me to get this message out the way, uh, so it won't be sitting within my within my being, so it won't cloud where I'm at and what it is that I'm processing. Um, I kept on hearing silly rabbit, silly rabbit. And when I finally sit down with it, I heard silly rabbit, you are the trick, kid. And I'm like, whew. I started to basically digest and perceive and process what was happening, what was going on, um, and what rate of detachment that I was actually being called to be in when it comes to people wanting to dictate and determine whether or not they get to have or maintain some level of connection with me in my rate of liberation and me being at a rate of even being free, right? Um, Sometimes you got to be in a space where you allow people to be left at where they had you up at. 125, thank you, Spirit. Um, I'm trying to see how I'll say this because I recognize, on one hand, there is a divine energy that has been reversed due to the fact that she continues to satiate herself in the male implications that have been surrounding her since child. And then there's this idea of basically making this male member be ignited in a rate by continuing to conform to the identity in which he desires or requires her to be in, not recognizing how much she's relinquishing being seated in this rate. And then I'm thinking about the message that I gave more than a year ago, where I was speaking about how you need to be intentional about keeping your kids close, be mindful, being single mother, dating, and allowing people to either live in the house with you or have access to your children, regardless of what rate of help you need, because there are so many ways a predator will find himself in a situation to where he can then entrap you as if you are the prey when in fact you aren't. I can't be 3D with this. I believe that this statement is one, verifying the dream that I had last night, which is this idea that you could create a whole bunch of mess and then be on the run from having to be in the responsibility of what it is that you've cultivated or called for somebody else, because what you did wasn't something that you were able to achieve, your desired outcome in. So it's best to retreat while still wanting to have some etheric or spiritual energetic access to something that you should know well enough to leave alone. At the rate that we're at right now, y'all, we're being given an invitation to allow, the roses to grow through the concrete. How do you do this? Write it down. You don't have to have the conversation in the 3D space that doesn't get you, because you recognize the other people that they don't get. And that's what I'm saying. You decided that you hate me because of somebody else's obsession, when in reality, this person is only obsessed because they can't have. And the more you want to sit and try to either depict, clothe, cloak, mimic somebody else's energy, trying to become yet some other version that is not you, you continue to recognize, if I show up in my true authenticity, I wouldn't be accepted either. That taste that you had in your mouth that allowed you to be in this idolatry, where you're constantly idolizing these narcissists, wanting to help these tyrants, build these statues upon you with your energy. Spirit saying, set your intentions and write it down, and watch the help from beyond come for you. Why? Because the warrior spirit in you that has the courage to continue to take on the energy that you keep on proceeding, that is not allowing you to be at this expressive rate within your talents, within your gifts, within the arts that you creatively have, is keeping you from a space of actually retrieving the wealth that you have within you. This layer of entitlement that you may sit in believing that the wisdom that you're requiring isn't something that you get to discern in because you never allow yourself to show up in a rate of leadership, constantly conforming to patriarchal systems that are always already outdated. Spirit is calling you to detach. What is detachment? With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. As soon as you let go of the thing, right, that you felt like was going to be such a big reward for you, you willing to fight for it, right? As soon as you let go of that thing, you become liberated in a space of releasing doubts. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. If y'all see the message I'm about to share in a minute, Spirit is so intentional. The doubts and the fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. You get to recognize the separation from the energy moving through you versus the person that you know and the energy that you know yourself innately to be. Why? Because you have a true offering. Okay? True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. The thing that you've been put in the midst of, the thing that your children have been put in the midst of, that you've allowed to be cultivated in the right by not choosing yourself, constantly convincing yourself that you need to be battling against something that you can't compete with because it is itself, right? And it's meant to be for, right? You release and relinquish your opportunities to show up in this free space. You don't have to be triggered by somebody else's light. Your demons don't have to continue to be fed. You don't have to allow this external stimuli to keep on being something that gets satiated. You get to be free. Freedom. I no longer want this fairy ring of resentment to block the good and release me from its spells. It gotta go. It gotta go. Why does it have to go? Why? Because Spirit's calling you to be on your path, boo. Spirit calling you to be on your path. Dear Most High, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I could see through my fears and illusions. Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all avenues, all rates of gnosis, whether it be your wealth, your finances, your money, right? Whether it be your knowledge, your wisdom, your education, whether it be connections, your friendships, your partnerships, whether it be, your health, your well-being, right? Whether it be your mental, status, whatever it is, Most High come in and correct that thing for you. Get that lie out your ear. Get it off your tongue. Quit convincing yourself that you need to be in a debate or a battle, because the thing that you debating or trying to battle, you just basically sitting at a rate wanting to continuously betray or manipulate it. You're not recognizing the Archangel Michael right there ready to cut all this ish down. Because a lot of y'all not going to be able to stay in this space of gratitude that's necessary when you sitting close to or in the domain of Big Mama. She here. But it's a different rate that she at because her seeds is getting manufactured. The Garden of Eden sits at a rate of information, a record that is kept. And if you don't allow yourself to go within and to retrieve what's present there, 441-828, if you don't allow yourself to go within and receive what's present there, what seeds have been planted within you that need to be nurtured, need to be watered by you for you to retrieve what is for you, you will constantly put your focus and your energy on somebody else's campaign that does not benefit you and will continue to hinder, harm, and create a space where you are harping in something that's not going to allow you to actually propel forward. Spirit's not at the rate of keeping the tree stable anymore. Some foundations about to shake. Some brackets is about to break off of some trees because of the assaults and the infractions that are being made. You choose according to where you are right now and you heal forward, regardless of whatever offenses that you've made or that you've allowed to occur within, because you have a divine right, but you have to go within and allow yourself to see it. Don't be the silly rabbit kid, because this is not a trick. Peace. I love y'all.